Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you all. Thank you for joining me. We are talking about the importance of lists and why you need to be making lists, why you need to be creating these for your children, and what they can do to help. Welcome everyone on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm glad you're here. So, if you find this helpful, please feel free to share this out to your friends because this is not just for your kids. This is not just about parenting, it's about everyone. And it's about how lists are useful in so many ways, not to mention reducing stress and anxiety and chaos. So, if you're new to my broadcast, put a hashtag new. Thank you for joining me. Let me tell you who I am. I'm Celia Kibler. I'm the author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. I'm on a mission to help 10 million parents stop yelling at their kids. And I also have 3 great children's books all about me. Being different is fun. And I am grateful. All available on celiasbooks.com. So books for you, books for your kids. My parenting book is written like a manual. You know how parents always say, why don't kids come with a manual? Well, they do now. Raising Happy Toddlers is a manual you need. I'm a mommy of 5 kids, 2 I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage. And I'm a grandma to 9 children, and I've been successfully parenting a real life family, a real life parent for over 41 years. And I have been successfully parenting a blended family for over 27 years. So, the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, the Day of Calm Foundation, and FunFit Family Fitness. Let's get started with lists, okay, and why you need them. So, first, I'm going to talk about the why. And I tell you, there are so many reasons you'll be blown away. Okay. And I wrote them down on a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget. List, create independence for your child. Don't we want our kids to be more independent? Yes or yes? Yes. So lists help do that. They empower you. They empower your children. They build confidence. They build belief in themselves. A list can help your kids believe in yourself and help you believe in yourself because it gets things done. And when we are getting things done, when we don't feel motivated and we're like, oh, I'm never going to finish this, I'm never going to do this, it's good to have tools in your tool belt to start getting things done. And when you cross something off a list, it's done. You feel successful. You feel confident. You feel empowered. You believe in yourself. I can do this. Here's my list of 5 things. Let's get one crossed off a day. When I have extra things to do, when I'm busy, this is what I actually do when I'm working. I have a pad of paper that sits right next to me on my desk. And when I'm doing things, if this happens to you and you're like, you get distracted, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot to do something. That pad of paper sits right next to me and I write it down. And now when I have breaks in the day, I have a list of things that I need to get done that I can insert into a day break and then off the list. Okay, so it keeps kids responsible, keeps you responsible. Don't we want our kids to be responsible? We do. It reduces anxiety because often we have anxiety over things that are not getting done. Like, oh, it's the end of the week and it's like, oh, I meant to make that phone call. I should have made it on Monday. I didn't make it on Monday. I don't know why I can't get these things done. That's what we tell ourselves. So lists help. All right, more reasons. Okay, they keep you focused. And if you or your child are dealing with ADD, ADHD, OCD, any of those issues, the letters, the acronyms, lists are beyond helpful. They just don't need it. they will thrive from it. And you will too. I suffer from ADD, had it probably forever. I realized I had it when I was an adult, though. And lists are my everything. They're my go-to. If I didn't have a list and I don't have alarms set in my phone, I would get nothing done. Nothing done. Nothing would get done because I'm too distracted. I'm too busy looking out the window or doing something else, or something else catches my eye. So if your child is struggling with this, start making lists. And we'll dive into making a list more in a minute. Keeps you on task. Yes, you're so welcome. It keeps you on task, you and your child. You're like, why are they never getting things done? Make a list. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? Oh, I should have made a list. Oh, I'm in the grocery store. I have no idea. I've bought everything in the grocery store but what I needed. Why? No list. I did all these things except what I needed to do first thing this morning. Why? No list. Start making lists. Okay? So it keeps you on task, keeps your child on task. It organizes your thoughts. So this is a big one, and this is why it's so valuable for any human that's dealing with like ADD or ADHD. The disorganization of your thoughts naturally is what makes people have so much trouble functioning with these cognitive disorders. So how do you organize your thoughts? You make a list. You take your thoughts, brainstorm with your children. When you are making lists that involve your kids, let them help. Get a pen. Everybody gets a pen. Or if your child can't write, you do it for them. And start brainstorming what needs to be done or how you need to get something done. So like if you're planning on, even for kids, teens that are planning on a career, I want to be a doctor. Well, what is it going to take to be a doctor? Let's start making a list of what I need to do. I want to be a mechanic. What's it take to be a mechanic? Let's start making a list of what you need to do. You need to reach out to someone who is a mechanic. You need to talk to them about how they got their training. You need certain school education. You need books. You need all kinds of manuals and things to help you. Make a list. I know it sounds so simple, and probably some of you right now are like, why didn't I just make a list? Well, do it. It's not rocket science. Make a list. Get a pen. If you're thinking of things right now, of things you need to do when you're done listening to me, get a pen. Write them down as you're listening to me. Yes, the most successful, right, Nick? The most successful people in the world work from lists. Why? Because lists creates success. Yes, Brian Tracy. He's all about lists. Why? Because it organizes your thoughts. And if your thoughts are organized, your life is organized. The stress and the chaos gets relieved. Half the time we run around because we can't remember what we're supposed to do. And we wind up getting distracted and doing other things. The simple thing of making a list, make a list. And if you know someone that needs help with this, share this out. If we may get an instructor like you, our new world we can make together. Yes, that's my whole mission. That's my whole mission with the Day of Calm Foundation, is creating a world where everybody has less stress, less chaos, stops the judgment, the criticism, the ridicule, the hatred. Parents are more intentional, respectful to their children, so their children grow up without all the anger and rage that causes the violence against children that we see in this world today, the school shootings and everything. That is my whole purpose and my whole goal with Day of Calm Foundation. And if you agree with me, if you agree that the mentality of these people who are so angered and raged came from the way they were brought up and what's happened in their life, that they can do such a heinous act like a school shooting and shooting little kids, then go to dayofcalm.org and honestly sponsor, help, support. Even $1 will spread this goal of ours to reach these 10 million parents and people so that they can create more productive, more confident children that don't have to recover from their childhood, that can blossom. Can you imagine an entire generation of people that are blossoming from their childhood and not recovering? Do you know the billions of dollars we spend in the United States on therapy? Billions, not millions, billions, recovering from their childhood. Let's change that. Help me, please. I need the help to get this message out. And if you agree with me and you're like, yes, yes, yes. I'll say something political, and I'm sorry we got on this tangent, but we did, because it's so important. School shootings, the first thing that comes up is gun control. But what we need to heal first is the mentality of that person holding the gun. That person holding the gun is so full of anger and rage that they are willing to do that. There was a person in New York, I think a couple years ago, that drove a van down an alley and killed all those people. We don't need van control. We need to address the mental health of people in this country and around the world, because there's a lot of stuff going on. School shootings are happening to teach us to pay, arm, and train our teachers to their, yes. We want to actually not have to arm people. We want to teach them to be in control of their emotions, to limit the anger and the rage that is built up in people because of the way they're raised, the chaotic, stressful, violent environments that we're raising our children in. Okay, back to lists. Dayofcalm.org if you're on my side and you want to help me make this a reality. I appreciate every dollar that's donated. Please help me make this a reality. Help me reach all the schools, teachers, students, so we can teach everyone a better way. Okay, back to lists. I think we stopped at organizing your thoughts, right? So let's stop at organize. Let's go to the next thing. And this, actually, the wonderful thing about lists is it frees up your memory. And I'm going to explain this. It enhances long-term memory. It frees up short-term memory. So if you're a type of person, or like you're old like me, and you're like, oh, I have terrible short-term memory, start freeing it up. Start adding more memory space. You do it for your computers, do it for your head. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you're thinking, oh, I can't sleep because I forgot to call this person. How am I going to remember to do this tomorrow? Have a pad and a pen next to your bed and write it down. Once it is proven that once something is written down and it leaves your head, your brain knows it doesn't need to store it anymore. So it actually enhances long-term memory and benefits your short-term memory simply by writing things down. Okay? And you will get better sleep if you follow that. If you wake up in the middle of the night often because you're forgetting things, have a pad of paper by your bed and write it down. Better yet, before you go to bed, do a brain dump. So dump everything out of your head. Make a list of what you need to do the next day, and you will sleep much better. Okay? What can you make lists over? Let's go there. Never will have to arm train and be ready to extinguish bad when it doesn't want to convert to good. Bonds absolutely necessary to learn and be ready with. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Thank you, Nick, for that comment. Okay, and dream journal, yeah, got it. Sorry, I'm reading comments because I got ADD. I get distracted. Okay, so let me tell you things that if you're not already thinking, what can I use lists for? Routines. Children, adults have to have routines. They thrive on routines. If you don't have routines in place for your child, they are in chaos, and so are you probably. Make routines with your child. Join your child in the planning and the making of lists too. Chores and household responsibilities. Like they say they got a pet and they need to take care of their pet. Well, what is required in taking care of a pet before you get the pet? What do we need to know about getting this rabbit? My granddaughter just got a rabbit not too long ago. She took books. She learned all about the care of a rabbit before she got the rabbit. Make a list. Micro routines, anything like you need to take, like often we tell a child, we will say, clean up this room. Well, if you're a young child, what does that general instruction mean? How do we break that into a step-by-step? Make a list. We're going to put our books on the bookshelf, our clothes in the laundry. We're going to straighten our bed. We're going to neaten our desk. We're going to make sure everything's folded and neat in our dresser drawers so they close properly. What does it mean to clean up a room? Make a list. And then you can post the list on a wall so your child can refer to it. And if your child can't read, you can make pictures. You can have pictures of things on the wall. Okay. So responsibilities and micro routines. Schedules. We need to know what's going on. We need to know, as a family, getting everyone on the same page, the schedule, the weekly schedule. Thursday night, we're going to grandma's house. You have a doctor's appointment Tuesday morning. We have soccer practice after camp every day, whatever it is. You need to have a schedule. That schedule requires a list of activities of what's going on. Directions to somewhere, create a list. GPS, they all feed it out to you. Go here, take a right, here's your list. Or, like I said, general directions versus specific directions. Shopping lists, the ultimate list. Why? Because you want to get stuff you need. And maybe you see certain things on sale and you want to make sure you're checking out that brand. All kinds of benefits to a shopping list. Plus, you tend not to overspend if you go to a store with a list. Reasons to consider. Say you're considering something like a big purchase. Let's say you're considering buying a new car. What are the pros and cons of buying a new car? Well, right now we're trying to pay off debt. So is this a good time to buy a new car? Except our old car is breaking down. So is it beneficial to have a new car that won't require so much repair? What's the cost of the new car each month compared to the repair of the old car? Make a list, pros and cons. That can be for careers, can be anything. Goals you want to reach. Great for a list. This is what I want to do by the end of the summer. Create a summer bucket list with your kids. Summer bucket lists are great. This is what we want to do before the summer's over. Let's do a special trip each week. Books I want to read. Books I want to read before the end of the year. Here are the books. As I read them, I cross them off. As I think of one, I add it on. And let your kids work with you on these lists. If they're trying to make a decision, the pros and cons are so great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're on listening with me. I don't know who is saying it's CL. Hi, CL. My favorite human. How are you? So you can make a list for everything. Writing it down gets it out of your brain on paper, frees up space in your brain, keeps you on task, keeps you targeted to what needs to get done, limits distractions. Lists are literally gold for you. Gold. And I'm sure I didn't list half of the things that you need as a list. And as a matter of fact, here's my list of what I want to talk about so that I didn't forget anything. I made a list. Okay? So that's why I want you. You've been off track lately. Great way to get back on track. Like, don't put yourself down for not staying on task. Don't sit there and go, oh, I should have done this last week and I didn't do it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay, so you didn't do it. So right now you recognize that you didn't do it. So let's do it. Let's make a list of what needs to get done. And your list can include dates. This is what I'm doing on Tuesday, or this needs to be done by July 15th. Whatever it is, put as much information as you need to make a productive list that will help you be more productive throughout the day and help your kids be more productive. Yes, you're doing much better. Correct. I mean, you can make a list of everything you want to do in the summer, like Nick says, and you'll wind up crossing off things that are already done. And sometimes things you want to accomplish, instead of taking it on as this huge undertaking, break it into little parts. Okay, I want to lose weight by this date. How am I going to do that? Well, first I'm going to cut out salts and fats, unnecessary fats. Then I'm going to take a 15-minute walk every day. Make a list of what you need to do. It's a great way to break down your goals. I want to save this much money by the end of the year. I want to save $1,000. How are you going to save $1,000? Are you just going to say, I have to save $1,000 and not do anything? No. If I put $100 in, or even break it down fine, every week I'm going to put $20 in the bank. Will that get me to $1,000? $25. Like, break it down into steps on a list and cross it off. The power of crossing things off your list is so great to your spirit, your energy, your confidence. I crossed that off my list. Done. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps a whole lot for all of you. And I hope you take one of these pieces of advice and put it into action. Hi, Asha B. Dolls. Thank you for joining me. Put some piece of this advice into action. And if you feel like you have a friend or a family or somebody that needs this advice, be a good friend, be a good family member, and share this out. Be kind, be helpful, make a list. That's a great thing to make a list about. How can we be more kind? What makes us a kind person? You can make a list about anything, and it will all compound. Yes, compound confidence. Absolutely. It will build and build, and you will feel extremely successful and like your summer wasn't wasted, or even a day wasn't wasted. Okay. Get one thing done and you have accomplished a lot. All right, guys. I hope this helped. If you want more information, let me know. Reach out to me. By the way, Thursday, I think it's June 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I will be doing a masterclass on ending the tantrum cycle. If you have kids, you have tantrums, go to joinourclasses.com, joinourclasses.com, excuse me, and you can sign up for one masterclass, or you can join my Tranquility Tribe and get a new masterclass every month along with group trainings. So joinourclasses.com will get you into the Getting Control Over the Tantrum Cycle masterclass on Thursday, 8 p.m., June 22nd, I believe it is, the fourth Thursday of the month. All right. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to spend some time here with me. I know a half hour of your time is extremely valuable, and I'm grateful that you chose to spend it here. I wish you all days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. And I'll see you here next time in Pumped Up Parenting and Around the Web. Bye-bye, everyone.